a lot has been written about the corruption of politicians. You've seen that before. But really not enough has been said about how unbelievably boring they are in person. That's the main thing you notice when you have dinner with them. Their main interest is themselves. That's what they talk about. It's all they can talk about. And it's very tedious. Narcissism always is tedious. And so one of the great and happy and unexpected surprises of this cycle is how many interesting people are running around the country. People with something to say that isn't necessarily about them. People who have interest beyond just accumulating more power. J.D. Vance in Ohio, Kari Lake and Blake Masters in Arizona, Joe Kent in Washington State, Dr. Oz in Pennsylvania. None of these people has been in politics before. All of them seem to be listening to voters, listening, not just talking. And amazingly, all of them could win on November 8th. And if they do, that's a huge problem for the Democratic Party and for the people in charge more broadly.
We'd think so, but no.
A potential disaster. It's one thing to elect more Mitch McConnells, tame Republicans who know what the rules are. The first rule, of course, is you must lose. People like that will play along as they faithfully have for decades. But what would happen if someone like Blake Masters or J.D. Vance wound up in the U.S. Senate? That would be disruptive. These are not people who care about secret partisan arrangements or even about partisan affiliation. They might actually try to change the country for the better. So if you're benefiting from the current disaster, that's a scary prospect. But no one running for office right now is quite as scary to people like that as Kari Lake. She's running for governor of Arizona. Lake may be the most skillful communicator in American politics right now. But most terrifying of all, she spent 30 years in television news. So when Kari Lake says the media are corrupt, she's not guessing. She lived right in the middle of it for decades. This is a deeply unsettling message for Democrats to hear. It strikes at the heart of their power. Without the complicity of the media, there is no chance neoliberal Democrats could get elected to office. Not one of them, ever. They've got nothing to offer you. It's not like they're improving the country. If you looked around, no. They need the media. The media are all they have. The liberal media, they're not just annoying, they're the key to the whole system. Take them away, and everything changes.
Nice babble.
So it's essential to the people in charge that voters continue to believe that the so-called news coverage they see and read is real, that it conveys facts and not simply crude North Korea-style political propaganda. But Kari Lake knows better. She knows the truth. Again, she has seen it, and they truly hate her for revealing this secret in public. Kari Lake has spent the last year absorbing the cruelest and most outrageous possible attacks from her former colleagues in the media. They're not simply trying to defeat her in November, though of course they are. They're trying to destroy her. They're trying to make certain that no American voter ever has the chance to hear what Kari Lake is saying. Because again, once people know it's all fake, this isn't news, these are lies, and these lies are the key to keeping the people who are wrecking the country in power. Once people understand that, the game is over. It's done.
Just answer the question, okay? Please don't play with me right now.
They have to stop Kari Lake. Here's a sample.
Kari Lake was the picture, the image, the definition of a threat to our democracy.
Why the threat to democracy by way of Arizona is way more dire than you may think.
Kari Lake, she has made lies about the 2020 election conspiracy theories.
Kari Lake, who has been out there spreading false conspiracies and election lies still today.
Gubernatorial candidate Kari Lake, who's been called Trump in heels and will not say whether she would accept an election loss in her own race, is an extreme anti-vaxxer.
She's an election denier. She's a conspiracy theorist.
Rising star of the right wing and proud spreader of lies.
We have to be abundantly clear about just how radical the Kari Lakes and Blake Masters are. They're nothing like the John McCain.
She might be in a position to win the governorship in this state, and that would be a very dangerous thing, both for the state and for the country in 2024.
A threat to our society, Kari Lake.
Oh, she's an extremist. Kari Lake is extreme. Scream the people who support open borders and late-term sex-selective abortions and the castration of children. She's extreme. Unlike us, she's hurting democracy, they yell, as they promote censorship and voter fraud. She's a threat to our society. And it's not just aging lifestyle liberals on Xanax who have shows on MSNBC who are saying things like this. No, it's Republicans too. Members of the GOP establishment in both Arizona and in Washington. That would include, amazingly, former Arizona Governor Jan Brewer, who they told you was a conservative. But then, of course, they told you Liz Cheney was a conservative too. Be happy with her. She's conservative. She's on your side. Okay.